Morning, this is Mr. Willie in West Virginia. It is Friday, and I believe it is the 15th of June. I woke up just kind of thinking about how life goes sometimes, how we get interrupted sometimes from the norms. You can wake up, and I've woken up, gone off to work, and by the end of the day, no longer had a job. I have, on several occasions, woke up, and by the end of the day, realized that a relationship had just ended. I have been woke up with the news of a loved one passing away. Many, many, many friends that have passed away. I have been awakened by the news that a child was injured more than once. Life is constantly interrupting us with things that test our resolve, test who we are, test what's going on inside of us. For me, there's always been that thing inside that questions how I'm going to handle it, but asks God how He's going to handle it. At this point in life, I realize that we have a really neat partnership to where I ask Him, how are we going to handle it? Because we're partners, whether you want to be or not. You're a partner with God. He's placed us here with talents, with abilities, with callings. And on one part, our part, there's a response. There's always a response. And He's looking for how we're going to respond and not so much react. Because we can react so stupidly at times, it's not funny. He's looking for how we're going to respond according to His Word. I know a lot of times when things go wrong, I'll go to Him, and as many people do, humbled, on my face, worshiping, because that's all I know to do, and reminding Him of His Word to me, and reminding Him of my love for Him. There was a king in the Old Testament, King Hezekiah, one of my favorite stories in the Bible. The prophet Isaiah came to him and told him that he was going to die. God had told him to set his house in order, for he was going to die. And it says that King Hezekiah turned his face to the wall, and he wept sore. And he reminded the Lord of who He was and what kind of a guy he had been. And he had been a good king. And before the prophet had gotten out of the palace, the Lord had spoken to him and said, go back and tell him that I'm going to heal him. And I'm going to restore to him. And I'm going to give him 15 extra years to live. And it's a great story in the fact that he turned his face to the wall. Meant that he turned away from everything else. All distractions. He didn't go talk to anybody. He didn't get on Facebook and ask everybody to pray because he was going to die. He didn't scream and holler and go, why me? He turned his face to the wall, and he reminded God of the calling on his life, and that he did what he needed to do while he was alive. And God relented, and God blessed him. And in blessing a king, in blessing that king, He blessed the city. Whatever he was ruling over for 15 years, he had 15 years more life, 15 more years of being a good king. A lot of you, I know, are suffering and going through hard times. But you need to realize that God may be very graciously allowing you to live to bless other people. Because most of the time it isn't about us. It's about other people. So take it serious. Today, turn your face to the wall. Put the cell phones down. Stop being so distracted. And remind God that you're there. And ask Him what it is that He wants you to do. You might be surprised at the answer. All right? Hey, this is Mr. Willie in West Virginia. This is your morning edition. I will talk to you again, hopefully at lunchtime. All right? Hey, have a great day. If this blesses you or blesses someone else, or you think it'll bless someone else, pass it on, okay? Because Mr. Willie loves you. But more importantly, God loves you. That's why He talks to you. All right? Shalom.